It's almost the end of Mermay, and as mentioned in earlier videos this month, one of the best things about Mermay is seeing a wide variety of merfolk characters. One thing I love especially is basically Mermaid's cousins. For example, Selkies. Selkies fit into the romantic water fairy girl who hooks up with a lying man and eventually leaves him. That's a whole category of like folklore women, mystery women who are not human. I touched on this in the Azura video at the start of the month. Selkies can turn into seals, which is why the Selkie in this picture on the far left has those cute seal ears. Because I'm just terrible, I guess. But anyways, probably one of the best like Selkie related pieces of media produced in the past years is Song of the Sea, which is a movie that I 10 out of 10 recommend. I got to see it in theaters when it was released, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Another mermaid cousin is the siren. So sirens are often depicted like mermaids or water spirits, but they were originally bird ladies, and they're associated with the ocean because they lured sailors to ram their ships into the rocks with like their beautiful voices. It was basically just their voices that were the appeal because they were just birds with human heads, which is pretty awesome. Honestly, I wish we had more bird sirens like this, which is why I drew this like chatty siren. Like she's very old school. Her coloring is based off of Mediterranean seagulls to kind of like keep that nautical Greek theme. And I feel like she'd be an awesome drinking buddy. I mean, she'd be really loud, but she would tell a lot of really entertaining stories that might get a little gruesome, but like she'd be really charismatic while she's telling them. So very, very enthralling. And my recent favorite cousin character is definitely the Finfolk race. For the longest time, whenever I thought of Finfolk, I basically just thought of the fishmen from One Piece. However, they are from, I think, Orkney folklore, and the Wikipedia entry on them is wonderful. Finfolk are sorceress shapeshifters of the sea. Sorceress shapeshifters of the sea. That could be a little tongue twister. They are the dark, mysterious race from Finfolkahim, who regularly make an amphibious journey from the depths of the Finfolk ocean home to the Orkney Islands. The Finfolk, both Finman and Finwife, kidnap unsuspecting fishermen or frolicking youth near the shore and force them into lifelong servitude as a spouse. I love frolicking youth. Whoever wrote this was it's just inspiration. I love it. The finman is described as tall and thin with a stern, gloomy face. He's said to have magical powers and will cheat men out of their silver or their wives. Tall, thin, stern, gloomy face, has magic. Like, I guess like a fishy Severus Snape. I love that. The Finwife can have long, flowing, golden hair, snow white skin, incredible beauty, and sometimes a long fish tail. So like, she's basically a lot like a mermaid. I gave her green skin here because honestly, I just can't get the fishmen from One Piece out of my head. Even now, they usually have, well, not usually, they often have like blue or green skin. And I just wanted to do that for funsies here. But I like that with the Finfolk, there's like equal opportunity villainy. Like both the guys and the girls abduct people. But like if the Finwives don't snag a human husband, they have to get together with a they have to get together with a Finman. And it sucks. The Finwives lose their powers and their beauty, and the Finmen are terrible husbands, and I guess that they just want gingers with green eyes. Too bad the Finwives are all blondes. And the Finwife here, I think that she's like, in this picture, she's like the other two's less favorite drinking buddy. Like she just gets louder and louder as the evening goes on, but once she's down to a few pints, like she gets really generous and just covers everyone's tab. So you'd keep inviting her every time you go for drinks, even if it like is kind of annoying. I began to get more invested in Finfolk lore when reading a book that is basically Emily Bronte meets Lovecraft meets Finfolk, which is Tempest Cursed. Tempest Cursed is a solo book written by my co-writer Casey Lannon, and initially I wasn't sure this book would be like my cup of tea. It's a reimagining of Wuthering Heights, and I am not a Wuthering Heights fan. I only got through it because I had to for a college course, and like it isn't a long book by English major standards, but oh my goodness, it felt like it took forever. But still, like, Tempest Cursed, this reimagining, it does a great job of being appealing both to people who like Wuthering Heights and people who don't really like it, which is a real feat. I think a lot of that has to do with the book's atmosphere. Like, it just has this strong, like, cold, beachy, northern oceans spookiness, like of a ghost story or something, and there's some spooky gothic mystery. Like, the book has all those vibes, and it's presented like in this remote town where there's whispers of a cult and the ancient deep dwellers, which are connected to and inspired by Finfolk. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to talk about the Finfolk aspects of the book without like giving spoilers, but like if you're all in the mood this summer to like escape to a cool, creepy, mysterious seaside town, this is the book to go to. It is definitely on my summer reading list. There's a really good audiobook version. I'll probably be listening to that because yeah, I don't have time to read, but the audiobook version is really good. So back to this picture. If I had to caption it, I think that the siren would be like telling a great story from her long day of hard work of luring sailors to their deaths. And the selkie is all like, oh my goodness, you're so bad. And the finwife is just like, yes, girl, slay, or something like that. I mean, there are other takes you could have, but anywho, what are your favorite mermaid cousin creatures from folklore or myth? Are they any of the ones in this picture, or do you think there are better ones, or maybe you think that selkies are insufferably lame? That would be an interesting hot take. Whatever the case is, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye!